Hello. Every resistor's sacred. Every resistor is great. When a resistor is wasted, God gets quite irate. Come on. Wiring up a couple final optos here for the cat food thing. Made pretty good progress on it last week. I took the week off. What was this? This is ground. Don't think I'm going to win any soldering beauty contests here. I probably don't need this many optos on the thing. Yeah, just a slit opto. I gotta put a different plug on it. 3D printer style plug. Hello, Stephen Hall. Okay, so tonight's stream, which I obviously started a little early, is a little different. I gotta do this. Then I got my first Keycad PCBs in for a spooky project, so I think I'll stuff that next. And then I have to fix 2 controllers. Well, I knew outer space would come into this eventually. What? If I live to see the 7-1... What is it, bud? Are you a whiny wimp? Yes. What are you whining about? La da 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 da. Bud, what are you doing over there? I got you! You're a blob! Now everyone can see you. All right, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Ugh. Hell, I had to go back to work today. My week off was over. But I did, yeah, I did get actually I got a lot done yesterday too. I didn't go anywhere, I just stayed home and tried to get caught up on projects. Like the auto cat feeder. I mean, it'd be nice if I could have that done before VCF, which is in 4 weeks, which gives me 3 weekends. But with all the other stuff I gotta do coming weeks anyway, so. Of course, fall is always the busiest time for some reason. This is my cheater method. Like cheetah men. Do 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 dun 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 dun. And now the cheetah men. Bud, are you a cheetah man? Cat? Do do do, bow bow, do 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 do, bow bow, ba 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 ba. We spent our entire Action 32 budget making this one song. But it totally slaps, as kids will say in 30 years. But your kids are going to love it. Guess you're not ready for that yet. Marty, that was very interesting music. Well, Marty, I'm going to become a famous author, but we'll still live in the same house for some reason. Well, I've known Biff ever since high school. Did Biff become an auto detailer because he kept crashing into manure trucks? He's like, I could detail my own car and save. That's probably what happened. All right, got that one done. This is what we're using on the cat feeder. So, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can use these as extra detector limit switches. I mean, I don't need it, but I don't know. Because I already wrote down all the measurements. Because it's like there's a home, right? Like X home. And then it's like, okay, once X reaches 165, that's where it starts to open the can. And then you go until 248, which is the absolute limit. So I'm adding a sensor at the max, I mean, Marlin has a max switch, although it might actually undercrank it if I do that. Yeah, why am I doing this? I don't know. It seems like a waste of time. Huh? What the Farfagnugan's going on? See, because they're from Germany. This is how we cut wires in Germany, Dr. Jones. I like the Austrian way better, because Austria is obviously so distinct from Germany in this point of history. It was lost in a sandstorm that lasted 777 years. I'll take S words for 800. See, I just put a little bit of solder in there. That just holds it in place if we crimp it. It's an extra great crimper connector. No, come on, get in there. And now the Cheetah Men. I don't think I have any amazing stories from my week off. I mostly just worked on stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really. Nothing really that interesting happened. I had lunch with Max. Haven't hung out with him in a while. From the show. Apparently he started a new job. I tried this beer. Well, I was catching up on work projects, but I also went to the bar several times just because it's like, oh, I'm taking the week off. So there was like this sour IPA. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll try that. And I drank it. And I was like, holy crap, that's strong. And the guy like looked at the keg. He's like, oh, it's 8%. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, it was good, but I was surprised at how strong it was. It was like so strong that I was like, I'm going to order some Uber Eats at the bar and eat it before I drive home, because I was like, whoa, that was strong. Uber Eats is like so slow and expensive. Can't believe people actually do that. It's like, oh, you could drive there and back 3 times. Oh, then I had one more beer anyway. But yeah, 8% is pretty strong. What are these, metric screws? Yes, those are metric. 75% of red wine. Yeah, okay, that is strong. Yeah, it's like one of those things like, oh, I swear, officer, I only had 2 beers, but really that would be like, what, 4 beers? Well, oh, plus it's a pint on top of that. Oh, yeah, so I had someone place a big controller order. They want like 8 of them. 4 left, 4 right. So I was thinking I might, well, depending on how the repair goes, I might do some prep work for that tonight. But I was thinking about doing the bulk of it this coming Saturday. So doing like kind of a marathon. Or I don't know. Well, like I said before, it's like this, half of this is therapy. So it's like, oh, I have to work on a Saturday. Well, I guess if I stream it and bullshit the whole time. All right. So this, wait a minute. It's crooked. Well, I know where that's going. All right, we got these two. If I live to see the 7 wonders. The optical sensors suck. Yeah, I can believe it. Actually, Spooky's switching to an all opto trough because I think Evil Dead is the last trough they have with switches, like mechanical switches. And there's some other things in that trough that aren't great either. I think their next game, which I won't reveal the theme of, is Opto Trough. Because you have to be like way more conservative with your timing. Okay. Anyway, so this... Oh, I got the Plano thing. Don't want to go to the ER. Okay, so this is my replacement light kit driver board for Spooky pinball machines. They have something like this now. They were going to use a Raspberry Pi Pico in it originally, but then for some reason they didn't. So I redesigned it using Pico. And it's also the first thing I ever designed in Keycad, because eventually Eagle will be killed. It'll be completely absorbed into the chimeric beast that is, whatchamacallit, Fusion 360. Did I, how many? I only ordered 10 of these? That's not enough. Wait, why did I throw that away? I need the part number. If I live to see the 7 wonders. Let's see, let's go. F813 4 CT and D. 813. Oh no, it's DigiKey. Oh no, I think where these fuses go is pretty obvious. I don't think, would you even blow one of these? It seems unlikely. These are resettable poly fuses. VCF. Yes, I will be there. I don't have a table this year because I want to actually like look around and see stuff, but I will be at the show. These boards actually, I think these were from JLC PCB. This actually came pretty quick. I ordered these. I ordered them the Friday before I took off, and then they came today. So that was like, what? 1 week plus 3 days? I didn't even order rush shipping. Just standard cheapo shipping. I wonder if that's going to change with tariffs, because that was always a loophole that China had, where China was considered a developing country, which is the politically correct way of saying third world country. So developed countries, which is the politically correct way of saying first world countries, our postal service, our postal rates subsidize their postal rates, which is why you can be like, oh, eBay, I'm going to get this soldering iron and it's $1 shipping e-packet from China. So yeah, I wonder if that's ending too. These fuses seem like overkill. Oh, so these are 4 NeoPixel drivers. And then there's a... this board, the thing that's new about it is that's also going to drive the lights under the playfield. Because it's using a PiPico, which has tons and tons and tons of DMA bandwidth. The 3 worlds are a reference to political alignments. Oh, so third world is communist, I assume. So it's like a kind of a coded message, so to speak. Wait, these fuses are bidirectional, I assume, right? Oh yeah, I never had any doubts. If I live to see the 7 wonders. Maybe I should have inspected these boards first. Ah, don't turn it on, take it apart. Unbelievable. Oh, thanks for the super chat. Do you remember short enough to discharge? How old is it, GST? Any CRT that's remotely modern typically have a bleeder resistor on them, which, if they're disconnected from power, will discharge the tube over time anyway. If not, the thing that people do is they connect you connect a big insulated screwdriver to ground, and then you stick it under the suction cup thing. But the thing, I've done that many times, and I don't think I've ever worked on a CRT older than probably like the Vectrix was the oldest thing I ever worked on. So, in my experience, I've never had one pop, because I think all the ones I've ever worked on are new enough to have bleeder resistors. Well, I kind of violated my own rule of not starting with the lowest component first. Wow, they sent me a spooky sticker. Just what I need. Maybe I could stick it on that Evil Dead machine. What else we got here? Headers. Oh, this is for something else. These headers are also for something else. Zener diodes, ceramic capacitors. There should be some buffers in here too. Assume that's this. Non-inverting buffer, yes. Yes, they're even better raw. We need 8 of those. Yeah, and again, if it's a remotely modern CRT, it's gonna have a leader resistor on it anyway. But yeah, just ground out a screwdriver, then stick it under the suction cup nipple thing. And that's the last advice you should take from me about CRTs, because that is really all that I know about them. I am not like CRT certified. I'm not like the 8-bit guy. I'm not like super cool and, you know, wow, I found a CRT in a dump. And by that I mean it was sitting beside a shed. I'm going to restore it. Oh, I'm going to port Attack of the Zombie Robots to this TV. This buffer is probably overkill. Well, actually, no, because the NeoPixels are technically supposed to work at 5 volts. And obviously a Pico is 3.3. So by running these buffers at 5 volts, it does a ghetto voltage conversion. It works. If there's one thing that she don't need, it's another hungry voltage to feed in the ghetto. Ghetto. Baby, don't you understand? Circuits need a helping hand. They're gonna be a old CRT one day. It's almost therapeutic, but not quite, huh? Oh, the bigger the glob, the better the job. Hey everybody, I'm Louis Rossman. I'm not nearly black-pilled enough. Oh no, my PP2 bus. Hey everybody, I hate New York, and I'm going to keep talking about them forever, like a jilted lover.
Poop. Breathe it in. You smell that? That's fear. By the way, what's your mother's name? Martha. My mom's name is also Martha. Now I'm your friend. The enemy is of good is perfect.
Change the drive to the drop kits. Long format video.
Yeah, I documented a good amount of the Super 8 converter. Yes, I plan to. I don't know if it'll... The video about the cat food thing might actually come out first. But yeah, eventually, yes, there will be a video about the Super 8 thing. All the stuff's on GitHub already. If you want to go to my GitHub, you can see the files and stuff. You could even make your own. That's not what you want to see.
Alright, put the peepers away. I don't need them for this. Oh, my 3D print is done. This is the precious tritium that makes this project go. Ugh, this is stupid. Wow, I'm trying to use up the silk filament. Look, it always delaminates. Look at that, see? Even the trees delaminate. Oh look, it's enemies from Monster Party. If you know, you know. use it up, basically. The other filaments, you don't even have to sand that part. Now it's got tolerance built in. Right, so this is the AutoCat cat food, whatever, Doc Brown cat food feeder, whatever the hell I'm gonna call it. Yeah, but these have the thing on it. Although I gotta print more. I made some of these out of carbon fiber, which was a mistake. Like that. So these are for Purina cans. But I've even found, like, I buy this is cheap, so this is a test can. Even the Purina cans, the tabs can alter. But yeah, so the thing comes in, it's like that, right? So there's a guide tab in the front, which also is the alignment tab. So you aim the tab at that, boom, just like that. Ta-da! And so these stack up 6 high. So it's 6 in the clip and 1 in the hole. The dog is a butt, makes some bodies turn cold. And they've got this here because the one underneath them also has the raised portion. Yeah, so they actually set down. This is actually, that's the demarcation. That way, if there's a height differential ever so slight, it'll still work. And then yeah, see there's a slit here, so when this comes up, right, and then so it goes right, so there's a slit here. Wait, right, that right, okay. So when it's getting pulled back and forth by the lid opener, that doesn't affect it. Then it goes up a little bit more, and then it can slide on the machine. So yes, that's how that works. I think I have all 6 of them printed now. Actually, I think I printed a baker's 6. I probably didn't order the capacitors. Probably not. Okay. Oh, this is for something else. Oh, I did order the capacitors. This is a nice box. What is this box? Oh, it was a bamboo filament box. Oh no! I dropped something on the floor. What the? What is this? What? Where did this come from? Microscopic springs? I guess I can put that in my in my spring collection. No springs. That's right. The springs were made of zinc. Oh, come back, zinc. 390 days? Oh, man. Yes, I have fungus on my fingernail. I need to get a pill from the doctor for that. I'm well aware. I don't know where the fungus came from. It might have been when my sewer backed up. I had to call Roto-Rooter. I don't know. Come on. Why did I buy these? I already have tons of these. Oh, well, whatever. Now I got tons more. The hardest part of Keycad for me was the fact that the symbols and the schematic, or the symbols and the footprints were separate. Although I think you can combine them, but that was the hardest part to unlearn from Eagle. All right, so the capacitors. sperm is sacred. Yeah, I think they discontinued the standalone version of Eagle, or they're going to discontinue it. And of course, they put it all into Fusion, which I use Fusion all the time. You know, I pay for the subscription and everything. Still, I don't want to make circuit boards in Fusion. It's like, oh, let's just stick all this crap together for some reason, and I don't want that. How about they make a product called Unfusion, where it just does one thing and maybe it's cheaper? Oh God, it reminds me of my Photoshop apps. I turned my work computer back on and all my Photoshop apps updated. And like, oh, we gotta convert this to a new version of Adobe whatever. And it's like, ah, oh, God damn it. So I went in and turned updates off. I should have done that before. I usually try to like when I do one of these pinball projects, I usually try to like freeze it at a certain, you know, like when I did Texas Chainsaw Massacre, on that computer, I froze the Adobe updates at 2022. Because that way, otherwise you're like, oh, here's this, you load up a project and it's like, oh, must convert from the prior version. And then, you know, like if I have desktop icons for the prior version, then it's like, oh, well, which version is this going to load? So then, oh, I loaded up 2024, but this thing got resaved in 2025. And, you know, first world problems, right? Well, I find it annoying. Probably should get the resistors first. Okay, so 110, 50. Sure, I've got those lying around. Jesus, it's a lion. Uh-oh. Now, these are 1205s. Oh, what else I got? 47 is close enough to 50, right? Okay, these are 805s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. La, da, da. La, da, 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 dun, dun. This is a nice change of pace from working on controllers. But I probably should get those. Yeah, because some guy sent a repair in. And he's like, did you get it yet? And I'm like, yes, I took the week off. Chill. I love it when some of the people that order stuff, this I've had more than one person just sends me a box with no return address, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you do realize that I've built these for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different people, not just you. Not trying to be a douche, I'm just saying, who are you?
So on my, like, you know, how to get repairs page, I just say over and over again, print out this sheet, include inside the box. Because sometimes people will go to, like, a UPS ship place, and they'll send something, which means there's no, like, you don't know what the return address is. I've had that happen a couple times. So basically, you know, it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I got to fix this thing. And then I just sit there and wait until they eventually email me, hey, where is it? And I'm like, you never gave me an address. Hey, but you know what? I don't want to be like the game industry. The customer's always right, even if sometimes they're annoying, but they're always right. So I always try to do right by the customers. That's why I almost always repair them for free, even though I shouldn't. Since the game industry made those broken analog sticks. Blah, 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 blah. 10K 0805s. Looks like I've got some right here. Man, Eagle got bought out a long time ago. But yeah, you're right. A lot of people were like, screw this. 10K is the lower one. Do you ever like, especially like with gaming, like, do you ever like lose track of who even owns what anymore? Yeah, what was it like, crap, where'd those, oh, there's one. I saw a video about like how they made a Heretic and Hexen remake or remaster or whatever. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. But then I was trying to, okay, let's see, that was made by Raven, but it was published by id, and Raven wasn't owned by, was Raven owned, I couldn't even remember, like, was Raven owned by id or Activision? It reminds me of this Onion article back when the Onion was funny, back in the 90s. Latest mega merger reduces total number of corporations to 5. And they were right. Oh, got these guys for the LED, plus that one. Okay, so that'd be a bunch of one band. Oh, wait, did I do the other one? I did not. 1, 2, 3. Of course, there's one missing. Oh, don't tell me that's, no. There's got to be more in here. Look at all these. Look, there's millions of these. I just wonder, like, which corporation will become Wayland-Yutani? It'll probably be something you never expect, like Quaker Oats. Although I think aren't they owned by Nestle? Yeah, that's it. Nestle will be the Wayland-Yutani. we need a face hugger in order to make better bottled water. It was a bad call, Ripley. Bad call. Bad call. This water is dead, Burke. Well, I gotta hand it to you. I don't see the water fucking each other over for a percentage. Don't worry, I'll clean this up when it's over. Okay, I need some one bangers.
I think those 100s are just used as like an inline buffer. I could probably use something else. It probably wouldn't make a difference. Not frickin' rocket science. This is a prototype new RGB light board for Spooky Pinball. Just gonna use the Pico one. It's plenty fast, more than fast enough. Very, very fast. Oh no, the resistor's on upside down. All the electrons are gonna fall out. Unbelievable. Seven companies? I'm surprised it's that many. Yeah, Nestle owns like all sorts of crap. You know what I thought was crazy, like during all the food inflation, which hasn't stopped, it's like Jack's Pizzas got almost as expensive as Tombstone. But they're both owned by the same company, which of course is Nestle Yutani. How bad of a fit would this be? Yeah, probably. It's not like I haven't done this before. Who hasn't? Yeah, it is a bit ghetto. Let's not say we didn't. I'll just slap 47s on. Let's have something a little bigger. 75. I got some 75s. Yeah, let's use that. Come on. Burp. Barf. Nestle Yutani. Yeah, exactly. They probably wanted it for their bioweapons division. Ash is a goddamn robot. He works for Nestle Yutani. I wonder who will replace Amazon in 100 years when they become the next Kmart. It's a circle of capitalism, and it screws us all. I'm turning into a millennial. That is not a flux-related cough. It's like something in my throat. Jesus. Where was the last one? Where'd it go? Jesus makes you cough for no reason. No, these are awesome for something. Jeez, what's in my throat? What is it? Jesus, a lot of these. You can never have enough diodes. And I have a harder time seeing the color bands as I get older, the text. Ah! All right, I think I see it. Let me change the light. Okay, that actually makes it a little easier. I designed these all going in the same direction, just so, make my life a little easier. And to save the machine that will one day build these a billionth of a second. And the machine will be like, not bad for a human. The machine is built, of course, by the Nestle Yutani Corporation. God, they need to be like high visibility components. Don't worry, she'll clean up nice and purty. Then she can go to the big barn dance. Ben got the Coof? I haven't had the Coof in years. I don't know, maybe I had it back in January. I kind of felt shitty in January. Apparently everyone, like there's so much shit going on in January of this year. That being 2025 for anyone watching in the future. What's going on? You will behave. Yep, pulse pounding action never stops around here. If I live to see the 7 wonders, I'm in the blah 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 blah. It was around that time that Stevie Nicks and whoever she was recording an album with that week realized they were falling in love. Oh yeah, he did. Yeah. To be fair, I didn't realize Terrence Stamp was still alive. I mean, it's all his fault for, you know, giving power to Jar Jar. Misa propose, you are fired! You ever see those Darth Jar Jar videos? They make a pretty compelling case. Apparently the Phantom Menace was originally supposed to be Jar Jar. Yeah, he I remembered he was in that movie. Will you allow an independent quorum to verify the validity of your... Oh my god. That movie didn't have very good dialogue. Yeah, he's the guy that Palpatine replaces. Misa propose fascism! Oh, no, little Annie, I am your father. No. Okay, this LED is backwards of the other ones. Oh, did I not? Oh, I didn't get the other side of these. Uh-oh. I thought about making another movie review video that no one will give a shit about, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Okay, let's see. All right, those are the diodes. And those are for something else. Didn't I have some LEDs? Where'd those go? Oh, here they are. Jar Jar came with pickles. Oh my god. Then I threw the Senate at him. Ah, the whole Senate. Oh, hold on. Go for Papa Palpatine. You have a collect call from Darth Vader. Oh, hold on. I gotta take this. What? Well, who's they? What the hell is an aluminum falcon? That's like the best robot chicken ever. Huh? Where are they going? Oh, coleslaw. I'm not even gonna eat it. Uh-huh. Thanks. I just love that coleslaw. I'm not even gonna eat it. These things. Okay. Why did I... Ugh, whatever. I just gotta... I think I had to build like 2 of these by hand. Is it the side that has like a dent in it? Wait, they both have dents in them. There's only one way to be sure. Gotta nuke it from orbit. These people are dead, Burke. What the? Oh, that was dumb. Ooh, I switched up my resistors. It's a wacky mix-up. Oh my God, it could have been terrible. Get back here, you. Oh, I should probably check the voltage first. Oh, okay, 4.6. Oh, well, it already lit up, so I know it's good. Okay, so it's... What? Oh, man, I was going to need my microscope for this one. Let's see, so it's... and this one's... Green end. Arrow. Gosh, I don't know if I can see. Can you guys see any of that? Yeah, there's no markings on these. The only thing I can see is like the shape of the copper inside the package. I think I got it though. I guess it sort of forms an arrow shape, the copper does, inside the package. Go for Bob's Burgers. Let's do this. Let's just double check. Sanity check. Okay. All right, so yeah, I mean, yeah, usually there's these don't have anything on them.
kind of tricky. It's tricky, tricky, tricky. It's tricky to rock around. Rock around, it's tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. And of course, the greatest Terrence Stamp roll ever, Zod. I see you are practiced in worshipping things that fly. That's good. Oh, clever girl. It's tricky to rock around. To rock around, alright. It's tricky. Come back here, you. You think you can escape? You can't escape. You will be my slave of love. Oh. Oh, one too many. It probably didn't need this many, but I was just being thorough. That way you have a fuse indicator. You know, in case some sort of catastrophic event happens, you know which fuse died. I go in blasting. Come on. Flip the right side up, you bastard. Yeah, poop. Your favorite tweezers will be forever magnetized. Ha 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 ha. Come on. These are some new prototype LED driver boards for spooky pinball machines. Replaces an older board they had, which had a crappy Arduino on it. This uses a Pico. So we can use the DMA to dump a bunch of lights without a sweat. Probably a controller repair. Well, actually, I think the guy sent 2 controllers. always amazes me how many people buy like more than one of those, like for backups or something. It's like, well, I guess if they break one, I mean, people tend to break controllers. I mean, it just happens, you know. What's that doing there? How'd that get in there? Stings, doesn't it? Bud, are you making dreaming noises? Bud's going like... Brr, brr. That's weird. Are those... Is there a problem with the vias? Wait a minute, I got like a... Oh, son of a biscuit. Ugh. Darn it, I put these in backwards. Rumpel Poopenstein. Well, I feel sheepish. I mean, it's so obvious, yeah. Oh, goddamn. Yeah, see, I drew it on there wrong. Obviously, the current goes that way. Poop. Poop, 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 poop. So now they're all acting like, that's right, diodes. That's right, Jimmy, zinc. Oh, zinc. Come back, zinc. I did everything correct. I did nothing wrong. Bud, are you dreaming about fish? I don't even know what a fish is, asshole. That's right. You grew up in the mean streets of Janesville. You were a street cat. You were born a street cat. You'll die a street cat. And only your fleas will mourn you. You'd better be able to pay for that. Sorry, Darkwing Duck, I don't have any money. Hey, Darkwing Duck was also Scar when he lost his voice. My name is Darkwing Duck. Oh no. Usually I use the built-in flux. Sometimes I add more, but not. I use more. I use added flux for the buffers. Oh, what? Did I get that one backwards? I must have. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Oh wait, this resistor has a cold solder joint. There's your problem. Rum, bum, 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 bum. Rum, bum, bum, bum. Hey everybody, it's me, Louis Rothman. I hate tractors. Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay, there's no way I don't have any Pico ones laying around. That's ridiculous. Unless that's what happened. Gotta have. I've got a bunch of twos, but I'm not gonna waste twos on these. I thought I bought some more. Oh, maybe. Oh wait, didn't I just buy twos? Wait, why am I asking you? How would you guys know? I don't think, you know, actually wait, maybe I do have some tack. Or I don't have any tack at all. Maybe, I'd like some clay or something. Oh, I know, I probably do have like white tack. I don't know where it is. Well, it's probably in the paint cupboard. I don't need it. Why? I still have like most of my fingernails. What is it, bud? Oh, wait, I have to feed you at some point, don't I? Actually, I'm surprised you're not being whiny about it. Oh, I spoke too soon. Bud, should we use the auto can opener? Is there a way, could I rig up the camera to show it? Does anyone want to see the auto can opener working? And by that I mean, is it worth me moving the camera and the laptop around to show you? Let me know in chat. I updated the Marlin configuration to reduce the current on the stepper drivers. Actually, that SD card is in my pocket. Right angle Ethernet. This sends the SPI data down to the splitter board. Where are the other plugs? Yeah, I think I could. Yeah, I think I could rig that up. The question is, can I do it without interrupting the stream? Ha 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 ha! Ah. Wait, I could probably... Yeah, I could probably move the whole rig over here on the table. I just had to put the camera on a tripod. Because I need the laptop for the manual pronterface commands. Because I haven't written the code yet. Bud, I obviously need to use a machine to open up your food. There's no other way to open it. Yeah, it's like a Resident Evil puzzle. So there's no way to open up the food otherwise. You almost became a Bud sandwich. Speaking of VCF Midwest, the auto parts store down the road, where the guy still had a VT100 for some reason, closed because I guess the guy died, and so his kids boarded the place up. I guess to stop thieves or something. I don't think they're going to close the store, but so I went up and I looked at the thing on the door, and they're like, "Oh, he's dead. So now we must get our affairs in order." And of course, I was thinking, oh, "Where's the terminal?" Yeah, I'm doing a video about the can opener, but I don't know. It's not done. I mean, see, I got it like mechanically built this week, but I still need to code it, like Raspberry Pi code, sending commands to the 3D printer, very much like the film scanner. And then I need to build a nice enclosure around it because I'm going to put it in the kitchen. So it's going to be like Bud, instead of Bud sitting on an office chair looking out the window in the kitchen, he can like, I'll make him like a cool stand, and this thing will be inside of it. So it'll like actually like be like made of wood and stuff, and have like a padded top or a rope top or something. I don't know. Then I'll put steps on it, so to plan for when Bud is infirmed. So I need to build that around it too. That way I can just leave it in my kitchen all the time, because I was wanting to make him like a stoop or a stand near the window anyway. It was like on my to-do list. Yeah, hold on, Bud. We have to do a science experiment before you can eat. Yeah, we'll see if the current. Well, hopefully there's enough current. I just want to reduce the heat. It's not too bad, but like when you drive the motors higher than they need to be driven, the motors can get warm. Not so much the drivers, but the motors. Or if you don't actively cool the drivers, they also get warm. What is it, Bud? The only way to feed you is by using a machine. It's completely out of my hands. What can I say? Except you're welcome. Okay, I gotta have these guys, right? There's no way I don't have these guys. There they are. 4 bangers. Bud, you won't find a thing to chew. Some machine's doing that for you. I guess I just assumed I had Raspberry Pi Pico 1s. Although I think I used most of them up in my last MGC project. Chill out. Bud, from the looks of you, you can definitely survive a little few minutes for another meal. You're a loaf. I think you're a loaf now. All right, let's see. Bud, are you a loaf now? I think Bud's a loaf now. Let's see. I'm assuming we can go off battery power. All right, let's switch to this. Right. Huh? It says the battery's low. Oh well, I can make it work. Bud, I think you're a loaf now. Think Bud's a loaf now. Loafing on the loaf is the only loaf. Hey, look, it'll be nice change from controllers all the time, right? You disagree? Bud never jumps up onto this table, so that's not really a problem. But I don't let him into this room when I'm not here, though. That's probably the big thing. What? Bud, I'm going to open you some food. You just have to wait for the machine to do it. What? What's that? You don't like having your food be dictated by an experiment? Well, too bad. You should have got a different owner then. That's right. Nobody else would have adopted you. Nobody else wants you. There's something I never told you, Bud. I looked at a different orange kitten that day at the pound, and it was cuter than you, but it didn't like me, so that's why I picked you. You bastard! Oh, what a mess. Okay, there's a plug there. Oh, good Lord. Make sure you can get the money shot here. What, bud? Meow. Yeah, the chances of the lid landing directly onto the power supply causing a short circuit are quite low. What? Oh, that's right. I got some new firmware for this. Let's plug it into the matrix. Okay, now we need to plug this into this laptop. Bud, this deal's getting worse all the time. Yeah, pretty much. Is this stream still working for everybody? Well, I didn't really... I'm going to move Bud's window over a little bit. Alright, I'm going to move this over here because I got to load Pronterface. Yes, Pronterface. Now that's the name I have not heard in a long, long time. What is it? Yeah. What? All right. I think I've got everything hooked up. Oh wait, I don't think I have this good food down here. I'll be right back. You better not knock anything over on my way down. I just gave Bud a can of food, else he was going to be mewing this whole time anyway. Okay. Let's power it up and update the firmware. Just And change the x-axis to 1200 milliamps. Here's a red letter moment in the history of science. Something, something, 1955. That's when I invented the BS flux capacitor. All right, connect. Connected. Let's get the status of the things. Okay. I'm going to switch this over to a... Okay, so the first thing that, well, again, this will all be done automatically. Home the z-axis. So this is Bud's really expensive urinary food because he got a crystalline blockage in his urethra or whatever. He almost died. And they're like, oh, it's his food. So I had to switch to this prescription urinary food. So now he only, the vet got their wish. Now Bud is on a diet because this stuff is so expensive. I'm like, well, I'm going to only give him exactly how many calories you say per day. So you load the cartridge. Okay, so yeah, let me think the best way to do this. Well, I don't think I need to do the whole sequence. Well, some of the sequence. But yeah, the magazine's down there. So normally you'd have a sequence where you would, you know, you load this or reload it or whatever you want to do. But I'm just going to speed things up. So each one of these is 58 millimeters high. And there's 6 of them. And then there's a lip up here. I think that's the thing I just... Yeah, well, you can see it right there. So that's what holds it in place when it's doing the back and forth shear. Which one was it? Was this the cheap cat food? Yes, that's a pate. Okay. Okay, so... Eject last is 317. Oh wait, get this back. Okay, so this is the good stuff. Yes, okay. Okay, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, it's flush here. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, so the basic idea is like those tines grab these bars to lift it, and then when this thing retracts, these curved portions grab the bars to pull it off. Okay, so I'm gonna home the x-axis. It's not a controller for a change, right? Is this California compliant? Fuck California. That's my compliance. Okay. Alright, it's called G1. X165 speed, top speed, which isn't that fast. Okay, now we're gonna go G1X248. Make sure that's right. Yep, G124X48 F100. We probably don't need to go this slow, but you know, whatever. What? I gave you food. What do you want? More food? Soon, the only thing feeding you will be a heartless machine. What do you expect, Mother? I'm half machine. So this pulls the tab thing to like 90 degrees up. Probably could have gone a little further, but I didn't want to reprint this because I would have had to make this shorter and then move that further back. I mean, I guess I still could because I do need to recut this piece of MDF. Okay, so that's up there. Well, remember, this is all going to be enclosed. So we're going to go back to the start position. Oh, actually, wait, no. I got that wrong. We go back to... Oh, yeah, because I got... Okay. All right, so... Okay. Let's feel the motor. Oh, yeah, the motor's not even hot yet. It made quite a difference going from 1400 to 1200 milliamp hours. What are you doing, bud? Do you think you are a mega cat? Yeah, I should have used countersunk screws there. Well, I did in the other designs. These tabs are old. I was looking at the files like this part because that's the first part I made. That was back in like December, so I feel bad that it took me so long to get this far. There's going to be a block portion here which should reduce this tilting up. Check the motor. Yeah, it's still pretty much room temperature. Z-driver heatsink is semi-conducting, but it's fine. It's actually not too bad. There's obviously a fan under it. And there'll be a bin to collect the lids, and then you just pull the adapter things off the lids and then toss the lids in recycling and then reload it. And yeah, it's slow, but I don't want it to overheat. Oh, here comes the snap. There it goes. Yeah, the thing is, this would run at most once every 16 hours, which would be equivalent to 1.5 cans per day. So it doesn't matter if it's slow. Okay, so that's at 25. So then at that point, we would home X just to be sure. Oh, well, we're getting to that even, Steven. Okay, so then what you do is you go G1. What are we at? We're at 6, I believe. Yeah. So that would be 27. Z27 F300. There we go. So yeah, imagine this is like a cat stand. So above this is a place for Bud to sit. Of course, there's vent holes. Because the window would be probably another 5 or 6 inches. So then what you do, is there's a slide here. That's why I need to recut this. But yeah, so by lifting this up, it gets it past the holding tabs, and then allows this thing that opened it to push it out. And then there'll be a slide like right there. So I'm going to cut most of this out, and then it slides down a slide and then onto the floor, and then Bud eats it out of this, and that's how it works. Yay! Save this for later. Oh, that's right. Darn it. Kind of hard to remove this when it's still got food in it. There we go. Who owns this company? The Purina Wayland Yutani Corporation. You don't need to eat that, Bud. You already ate. You're a pig. Oh, then yeah. What was that? G26. No, 27. 64. So then the next one would come up. Seems like it needs to go a little bit higher, but anyway, that's how it works. So then it opens at this position, then it goes up 21 millimeters again. So that would be like Z, well, it's 64, so 85. Wash, rinse, repeat. Oh, all right. I think I could disconnect it there. Disconnect. A heated food dish? No, he can just eat it out of the can. It's totally doable.
And unlike Doc Brown's machine, it actually is real. Alright, so I get the SD card out. And power down. Well, there you have it. Of course. Ugh. Or it fails. I cannot believe I do not have any more Pico ones, I mean. Yeah, motor stayed way cooler that time, so that's good. I could probably, well, I guess if it doesn't get too warm at 1200, I should leave it there just to make sure it has the current that it needs. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I started working on the design for that, like, yeah, like in December, I guess. I had an auto feeder for Bud before, so I could easily leave him for like 3 days, you know. I mean, if it's like longer, I'd usually have someone check on him, but then I'm like, oh, now he has to eat this wet food forever. Because the vet's like, I'm afraid your cat's going to have to eat wet dietary food for the rest of his life. And I'm like, why is she acting? She was acting so moribund about it. Then I saw how much the food cost. And I'm like, oh. Uh-oh. Well, this camera stand is starting to break. Oh, no, I'm about to print another one. But yeah, I don't think I have any more pies. Bud, did you even finish your dinner? There's no way you finished your dinner in time. Oh, there you go. Hold on. Jeez, where else is water coming from? Okay. Oh, let's see what's wrong. I don't know if I have the energy to do this. I already did a bunch of work. We're about to embark on quite the adventure. 3 days of hard work. Here's a new home.
see. Oh, two controllers. D-pad is stuck in down position. Aux pad on right has fallen off. Blue controller. Well, that's good. D-pad has took some wear and tear. Right RB button has gotten stuck. Stop working. White controller. Well, at least they specified. That's good. Oh yeah, that'd be nice. ProForge. Yeah, I took last week off from, you know, programming, and I didn't even go anywhere. I spent most of the week working on that thing I just showed you, but I also was working on some other projects too, trying to get caught up. So yeah, the cat thing. I need to attach the optos. Well, I don't even know if I need to do that. Maybe, I don't know if it's even necessary. Well, it might not hurt. Because I also have to take into account power loss. Like if your power goes out while you're gone. So I need to have the machine, like, kind of know where it was. So I'll probably just have like a constantly updating JSON file. I thought about doing everything with the microcontroller. I mean, it's certainly powerful enough. That thing is like a 480 megahertz microcontroller, but if I use a Pi, I get web access, I can get a webcam, and I can code it. Well, I guess that's the same. Yeah, code it with VS Code remotely. YouTube University? Oh, this is the old one that had the PLA hard plastic button. It's not that old. See, this was always a part I thought would fail the most in these controllers, but it wasn't. This was the stick drift. Stick drift. Found a way. Oh, is this bluey? D-pad is stuck in down position. That D-pad feels like junk in general. I jinxed it? Yeah. Oh, this is broken. I don't think, well, I'll fix it regardless. Oh, yes. There's usually varying levels of dirt on these. This one's kind of dirty. But it's not that old. This is an Xbox core controller, so this one can't be more than 5 years old. Well, not even that. Yeah. Okay, so this one's going to need an all-new D-pad. What else did he say on this one? Whitey. D-pad has took some wear and tear. Yeah, you can see that again. Right RB button has gotten stuck. Oh, this guy? Yeah. Hey, that's not my problem. But I'll still... Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's right. It did. Yeah, like, if these things get a little bit misaligned, it can cause them... It can cause that to happen. Yeah, yeah, it's not pressing the button. Oh, I can't believe I'm still so pissed at myself for not... How did I not have any Picos? I must have used all of them. How? Maybe if I rummage around in the bin... I have like 8 Pico 2s, but I don't want to use a Pico 2 on it. That's an extra $1 per unit. I have been. I love Scotch. Actually, I just started using Holofax analogs for the lower analog. About a month ago. Man, this is pretty smooth. He played this a lot. And for some reason he had 2 of them. I don't know why. Whatever. Oh, that one has the same issue. Oh, he's got some sort of battery pack on this one. Oh, interesting. What's this? Now I'm procrastinating. Oh, it's AT Tiny 1614. These are pretty cool. I should probably, well, procrastination, let's not begin. Procrastination, look out, work. I should do something, but I was already down here since, what, 7? Yeah. I just got so much freaking work to do in the next however many whatevers. Okay, so that guy's toast. This guy is probably fixable. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, that's got the same thing. So let's do, well, we do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 9, 6, 8, 12. Four, 8, 9. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. But I'm pretty sure you didn't eat all of your food. Now you're gonna have to go to bed without dinner or whatever. Boomer crap. Bud, are you a boomer? Are you boomer cat? Did you buy a house for $15,000 that's now worth $500,000? Boomer cat. Xbox One S had capacitor issues? That's not good. It's not remotely old enough. Unless they had like some Groid Z capacitors. Bobby Dazzler! Bobby Win! Ugh. Should come up with a better way to make these. That way I don't have to increase the price. Hey, I haven't changed the price on these in like 7 years, I think, at least. Ben's Inflation Buster Specials. Yeehaw! Come on down. Did you know you have rights? Constitution says you do. Bud, what are you doing over there? No one can see your beautiful coat. There you go. There's your new home. Now go to sleep. Good boy. Good boy. Blah, 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 blah. Bud, are you a sphinx? Had to go to the local Menards a bunch of times working on projects last week. Didn't see any more Menards meat. Didn't look either. I don't think they have it at the Menards near me because it's kind of a smaller, older Menards. It was remodeled a while back, but or they added on to it, I should say, but still, you know, not that big of a Menards. They kind of like extended one side of it and then made the front of it bigger. But you can still see very obviously, like by the tiles inside, like where the old footprint used to be. Yeah, actually, I don't like going to Menards all the time. Like last week I was like, I think I went there like 4 days in a row. For a variety of reasons. I'm like, oh, I've had enough. No more s'mores. Yeah, that's a good point. I'll have an infrared solder oven. I mean, the real way to do this would just be get them made. I mean, something that I don't know. This can be add up pretty quickly, and I'm trying to keep the costs down. I mean, even though I'm doing this by hand, I can still do this whole thing. You know, well, one of these like just a couple hours, so that's within the price parameter. Although I guess if I calculated, like, well, how if you're charging this much an hour. And it takes you 10 minutes to do this. That means these things would have to cost more than like $6 each before it would be less efficient. I guess the hang up is that, you know, I had to place a really big order of them at like PCB weight or something to make it worth it. And sales of these are definitely down. Xbox is kind of dying along with the economy. I think Xbox is just going to become a publisher. You might see Game Pass on other consoles even. Oh my god, that would blow people's minds. I guess Microsoft needs to make some Sony movie games. Boy, let's walk down this corridor so I can read this script that somebody wrote because they're hoping to get an HBO show. Neil Druckmann's like, oh, that worked for me. Oh. Well, the other thing that sucks that I need to improve is like having to attach these wires. It's like having the through holes kind of sucks. I should have just did solder pads. So I don't know. Or maybe I could just have it all done on a flex circuit. But then, like, how do I attach it to the points inside? I mean, I guess I could make like a flex circuit that has like a pattern on it, like people that make those. Well, there's quite a few kits that work that way. I just don't know. Well, then I also got to think about, like, you know, how much longer does this console generation last? I mean, it should be over already. Remember when console generations were 5 years? Pepperidge Farms remembers. Think about it, we should be on, what, PlayStation 4, 5, 6, 7 by now.
Oh, I just remembered something. They are making a God of War TV show. Dad of War. I just think all these games have so much dialogue in them. Like all the Rockstar games, it's like, I guess they're good and all, but like, it's like, you know, it's like, oh, let's go on this horse mission. Grand Theft Horse, and like 10 minutes is just riding the horses to wherever, and then all along the way, blah, 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 blah. It's like, they design games now so they can write dialogue. Oh, Nathan, looks like we need to climb up that really tall tower. They start climbing. Boy, Nathan, I remember when you were just a boy. And blah, 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 blah. And it's all because they want a movie deal. Yeah, Turnberry, because Moore's Law ending means they don't have the gains that they used to have in semiconductors, and so the price improvements slow way down. Because if you got like, I don't know what these Xbox whatever and PlayStation whatever, they're probably like, I don't know, 10 nanometer. And like going from 10 to 7 is like really, 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 really expensive for, you know, like research and development. Like, what do you really gain? And yeah, that's like, it's, yeah, well, yeah, because Moore's Law is definitely over. And like they're pushing the, well, I'm sure they'll push past it, but they are kind of pushing the limits of photolithographic silicon, which I think is one of the reasons they're pushing AI so much. They want to like offload the magic to a bunch of servers, which is totally green. Yeah. Oh, I see you fired up a nuclear plant, Microsoft. Yes, we did that so you could have AI in Notepad. Oh, I see. Very green. Yes. You get 10,000 ESG points. Yeah, and quantum computing, well, that's not the solution either, because you know, that'll, I don't want to say never, but that's not really a replacement for your CPU. That's more like for, you know, theoretical physicists and people to use. Even when they talk about it, it's like, oh, Microsoft, this thing has 64,000 qubits, and then it turns out it's like 8 or something. And then guess what? That quantum computer has to be kept at what? 3 Kelvin, which is a shitload of electricity. Hey, Curry. Oh, you missed the automatic food opener demo, Curry. I mean, it's probably make like a DNA computer before they can make, you know, a general purpose quantum computer. You know, speaking of Sony, I did really love the basic plot of Horizon Zero Dawn. It was like actually like really good sci-fi. The sequel kind of sucked though. Kind of wonder if the sequel was like certain consulting group, because they like just made her like insufferable in the sequel. It's like, wow, she sucks. But also the sequel didn't have nearly enough Lance Reddick, who is now dead. Aloy, I am here to help you. I have guns, lots of guns. But yeah, the story about like the, you know, breaking the encryption and how it will take like longer than humanity could possibly survive. That was an interesting plot. I mean, obviously that whole game was just like someone once said, like, hey, I know, robot dinosaurs. But, you know, the story they reverse engineered out of that was pretty interesting. But yeah, the second one was like, I just could not get into it. I just rushed through it to get through the end of it. I'm like, well, I've had enough of that. Ugh. The basic plot of the first one? It's like, yeah, I think it starts like in like 2075, and there's all these wars going on, and they're all being fought by like machines, and it's all like in backstory as well. And there's a lot of like, you know, interesting stuff in it. Like there's like you read about like, you know, U.S. and China, and like someone invents some sort of like carbon-free gasoline that can work inside of regular vehicles, and you know, pollution and universal basic income. There's like quite a bit of world building just like through the logs. But anyway, then there's some sort of war. I think it is with like China and America, and this guy, he's basically asked to make sure that the machines, the fighting machines, are unhackable. And so they basically make the machines to not have a back door. And so then, of course, the machines turn on the humans, like all humans. Not just the ones on the other side. And then since there's no back door, they basically can't stop the machines. And so they're like, well, we could hack the encryption, but it would take like 50 years. And it's like, well, we're not going to last 50 years because the machines are going to defeat us in like a year or whatever. And so their contingency plan is to make like a secret base that will basically, it will decrypt the code so it can backdoor into the machines that went rogue. And while that happens, all humans will get wiped out. So then after it basically backdoors and turns off all the machines, then it will do this protocol to basically repopulate the Earth. But then that goes haywire. And so like the things that were going to like educate the humans fails. So like the new humans that get cloned, they kind of revert to like tribalism. And then because like the system gets corrupted or something. And so the system, like its ultimate failsafe is it clones the director of the Horizon Zero Dawn project. And that's the main character. So basically you're a clone of the person who created this whole system. But then this whole story is told backwards, so all the data logs you read kind of take you from like the end of the world backwards to how the end of the world started. And it's basically a variant of like the Grey Goo scenario, like, which is a science fiction apocalypse scenario. You know, like a micro nanobots basically infect the entire world and take over. It's kind of a variant of that. But yeah, I mean, the plot's really interesting, and the backstory is really interesting, and it takes place like 1,000 years in the future. So you're going through all these destroyed cities that are like all overgrown, and yeah. Oh, and then the robot dinosaurs you're fighting are like, they were built by the machine to like perform like terraforming operations or re-terraform operations. But then they also get corrupted, so they start attacking humans. Yeah, the first one's really good. That's like one of my favorite games ever. Well, also, like in the first Horizon Zero Dawn, like when you're fighting the robot dinosaurs, there's all these different weapons you use. There's like, you know, there's arrows, super arrows, but then there's like traps and bowcasters and things. But the game forces you to move around a lot. It's kind of like Gears of War, like third-person combat, but you have to move around as much as like Doom 2016. So you can't just like sit behind a chest-high wall and shoot at the... Well, I mean, you can in some parts, but it forces you to move around a lot. And yeah. But in the second one, like, they really can't tell that same story twice. But of course, they're still trying to tell stories, but it's just not as interesting. And they make the main hero like really insufferable in the second one. And there was way less Lance Reddick. Maybe he was too busy making Control. Wait, no. I'm thinking. No, he wasn't in Control. He was in Quantum Break. That's an interesting game if you've never played it. Well, yeah, like when you're, like, let's say you're fighting like a big giant, like a Tyrannosaurus Rex sized robot dinosaur, and you know, you could damage it by putting up tripwires, but you could also like shoot it with like snares. So you'd shoot into it and then you'd plant the other end of the line into the ground. And so if you got like 3 of those into it at different points, then you would, you know, it would be very, very restricted in its movement, and then you could like do a lot of damage. Yeah, I thought the combat was really cool, because yes, it forced you to move around. But that series is unlucky. Like the first one released like the same time as what was it? Breath of the Wild, and then the second one released the same weekend as Elden Ring. It's cursed. Oh, there's DLC coming out for Indiana Jones this next month. Indiana Jones and the Order of the Giants. Or as they'd say on Y-Files, the Nephilim. Or I guess they also said that in the Indiana Jones game. Definitely pick that up. I don't think there's anything else. I played the Battlefield 6 beta. I was not impressed. So I think I'll just skip that one. I used to play all the Battlefields, but then I took an arrow to the knee. Oh, it's Chris. He must have heard me talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. I think Chris was the one who like told me to check it out, or it was either Chris or was it? Wait, Chris, were you the one? I think you told me to see it, and then you heard about it from like Jim Sterling. Was at the time Jim Sterling was really impressed with it. That was before he just started hating all video games, apparently. Yeah, the Indiana Jones Great Circle, there's a DLC, a new adventure next month. So, yeah, I thought that game was fantastic, so I'll buy it. La da 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 da. Oh, now it's 10 o'clock. Oh, I didn't even go. I think I went outside today just to bring in the trash cans. I've been inside all day. Ugh. Yeah, I had a lot of trouble in Battlefield 6. I don't know, maybe I was playing it wrong, but I just felt like I just kept getting killed over and over and over. Maybe I should have been more patient. Yeah, Chris, I think you were the one who told me to play it, or... Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was a really good science fiction... a different take on an apocalypse story. Well, gray goo with robot dinosaurs. Never have enough robot dinosaurs. Now we can make a dinosaur. La da 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 da. Gotta build. Well, yeah, I gotta build 8 more. I gotta build 8 of these for some company, and I assume it has something to do with Walter Reed, depending on based off where it is. Or the military. Then another guy ordered one a couple days ago, so I got to order a controller for that. I have all the controllers for the 8 big order. Yeah, so then I got to fix those other 2. So yeah, I got a lot of these to build in the near future.
And that's just my side stuff. Yeah, it really nailed the feel of it, Texas Sir. That was what I really liked about it. It just like the way the characters acted. Well, mostly indie, but the way the characters acted in situations, and yeah, it just felt really authentic. Like, I love that part in that tent where the two women were discussing whatever the plan was, and the whole time in the background, Indy's like fighting with the snake in silhouette. It was very, very indie-like. Oh yeah, that was a whole, yeah, and then they had like they make that plan to like invade the Nazi base by the pyramid, and then so they're doing like the Ocean's 11 thing where they're like explaining what the plan is, and then like halfway through the mission it cuts back to them also explaining the plan. It's just so well done. I think it's kind of interesting, like, you know, Bethesda made that Starfield game, which was junk. And then you're like, oh, Bethesda sucks. But then they made, like, the Fallout show, which was pretty good and definitely really well received. And then they, later that year, they made, you know, really, really good, or at least, what's his face? Todd Howard, was his name Todd Howard? I almost said Ron Howard. Todd Howard produced the Indiana Jones game, and when I first saw it, I was like, ugh. So I thought the faces looked kind of weird, and then Todd Howard, I'm like, oh god. But no, it was really, really good. I just expected it to suck.
I don't know why. Like, you know, I enjoyed all the Wolfenstein games that those guys made.
I guess Todd Howard, yeah, was my main hang-up. This Indiana Jones game has 16 times the detail. It just works.
Well, no, because yeah, I think I played Starfield on Game Pass, and I was like, oh my god, this is so boring. And it didn't have a map, and it was like such a fake.
Well, you know what Starfield made me do was reinstall No Man's Sky. That's the most damning review I can give of it. Just like Cyberpunk 2077, the original release of it made me reinstall Grand Theft Auto 5 or whatever. Yeah, 5. Yeah. And actually, playing Battlefield 6 made me want to reinstall Battlefield 1. While Battlefield's got their numbering from Microsoft. This one's based off the year. Oh, okay, but this one's a number. Oh, all right, yeah. Battlefield Vista. Yeah, Chris, I don't know. Like, I would assume the Indiana Jones game did better on PlayStation 5? I mean, I think all those studios are, like, faking their numbers to hide the industry in decline, but I mean, whether or not the Indiana Jones game did well, it's a fantastic game, and they made DLC, so I'm going to play it. Battlefield me. Yes. I burped. Oh, I got it. How about Battlefield Millennial Edition? It's all these millennials who have to go fight in a war. Yes, the jokes write themselves. Oh, this is really boring. Oh, maybe I need another highlight to get me across the finish line. Snapping a selfie. Oh my god, I'm gonna put this war on Insta. Wait, wouldn't that be Gen Z? Oh, well, that would be World War Z. Nah, no. I got nothing. You're having the time of your life, like Dirty Dancing? Oh yeah, they made some DLC for that RoboCop game. I got to the end of that game. I don't know, I just couldn't figure out how to kill the last boss. The game was the bosses were kind of balanced poorly. Or maybe I'm just making excuses. No, I think they were balanced poorly. There's a really big difficulty spike when you got to the bosses. Like the end boss is like the Kane robot from RoboCop 2. The druggy robot. It's exactly like Dirty Dancing, except for it isn't. Yeah, I thought it was good. I just couldn't beat the last boss. Maybe I didn't power up my weapons the right way. But are you going to be put in a corner? When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. Alright, I'm going to get a can of Jesus juice to finish this. All the drugs they wanted, yeah, probably. and free baby food.
Who disturbs my slumber?
Oh yeah, that was obviously what's his face, Frank Welker.
Coronation Starscream. This is bad comedy. Megatron, is that you? Here's a hint. What do you say his name is? Galvatron.
How do you spell that?
Correctly.
So my next backlog project, because I'm turning into Chris, is going to be the Atari Kitten, which I started a couple years ago. And if it's not obvious, the purpose of it is to make a miniaturized Atari Lynx using original hardware. There's actually not much inside the Lynx. The Lynx actually loads cartridges, so you know, my cross to bear. Not all cartridge games loaded instantly. The Lynx had like this really weird way of loading the cartridges. It would, I don't know, what was it? It had like this, like, 11, I don't know how many bits it was, but you would clock an address into a shift register, and then that would, you'd clock an address into a shift register, and that would, wait, yes. So yeah, there's only like 2 data lines going to the, controlling the address on that. So you would have, you'd clock like a page, well, sort of a page. You'd clock a page number in bits over a shift register, or to a shift register. Then that shift register would select which 64K bank of the cartridge would be accessed. And then you reset and pinged a binary counter to actually cycle through all the data. So as the binary counter ran, it would expose the memory location of the ROM, and then that used the same bus as the buttons to load that data. So I'm not exactly sure how that worked. They must have just deactivated the buttons somehow. And so then it would load the 64K of memory that was on the system. So yeah, the cartridge did like 64K loads at a time. It's really weird. Never seen anything like that. So, yeah.
But I don't know. It's not. It's. I mean, the parts are all pretty common. Yeah, there's not much in there. There's like a. It's like a CPU / graphics chip, and then the other chip is like some sort of memory mapper, and then it's like 2 static RAM chips. So it's like two count 4-bit 64K RAM chips, and then just yeah, the shift register thing, the counter, and then a bunch of op amps. It's really, there's not much in it. Yeah, there's a couple screen replacement kits. I got the McWill one. It looks pretty good, and you only have to attach like 5 wires. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but it works. Mine also had a bad power supply, so I ripped mine apart for this project because it wasn't working anyway. Yeah, something's wrong with the voltage regulator. Because if I apply 5 volts directly to the chips, then it turns on. So whatever. It's not like I played it anymore anyway, so it's a good candidate for the Atari Lynx, or the Atari Kitten project. But yeah, I think I can trig it pretty good. Because yeah, as I mentioned, there's only like 4 main chips in it. Yeah, the Lynx was designed by the same people who designed the Amiga. If Bud ever gets a new roommate, it's not going to be a cat. It'll be a dog. Bud, do you want a nice fluffy golden retriever? You would match. It would be super cute. And you would hate it. You would absolutely hate it. It would be hilarious. Yeah, it's a Weller WES D51. Nothing fancy, but it works. Yeah, it depends. Well, gosh, there's a lot of stuff I got to do in the next few weeks, but I mean, it's possible I might be able to get the feeder done in time for VCF, which is in 4 weeks. Although, that's just a couple days, so I could just dump out a bunch of food and it'd be fine. He has a water bubbler, so that's, yeah, that's not the issue. The water bubbler can go, yeah, you know. Well, the thing is, if you fill it all the way up, then the water gets kind of slimy.
But it still easily lasts at least easily a week. A Chihuahua. No, I'm not gonna get any dog that Bud could like beat up. If the dog isn't bigger than Bud, then it's not a real dog. The scale may not always be apparent on camera, but Bud is a physically very large cat. For some reason I got the music from Castlevania Portrait of Ruin going in my brain. I don't know why. Stop playing in my brain. Stop lying, Dad. No, I don't think about if someone visits and they pick up Bud and I look at them and I'm like, oh my god, Bud is huge. Or if I for some reason hold him in front of the mirror in the bathroom, then it's like, oh my god. But normally he doesn't. I don't know. It's a scale thing. Sometimes when he sits on the back of this chair or the back of a chair and he's as long as the chair is wide, and then it's oh my god, Bud is huge. Ugh. Maybe I'll go out in my garage and drink a couple beers after this. Just went right from coding to ate dinner, and then I started doing this, so this feels like it's been one long non-stop day. Cuddle time before it hurts. Do they like to cuddle? Nice one, all lucky 7. Bud, are you a forced perspective cat? All right, one more. Nah, he didn't even eat the whole can. I was thinking, like, depending on how well that can thing works, like, I could use it to feed him in the morning. So right now I give him a half a can in the morning and a full can at night. But the reason I did that was so he would be less likely to, like, make noise during the night. But he still does that. Well, he, like, wakes up at 4 a.m. and then mews. And so I just kick him out of my room. Although, actually, like, if he doesn't sleep on my bed, it's actually better because then he doesn't start mewing at 4 a.m. But usually he goes on the bed. Anyway, I was thinking, if I switch that schedule around, so it, like, dispensed the full can of food in the morning, and then I gave him half a can at night. I wonder if that, because I would do what I had when I had the auto dry feeder. I made the first one per day was like 30 minutes before I would wake up, so Bud would be less likely to wake me up early, and it worked. So, yeah, I don't know, maybe I could do that. I would just have to, like, reload the top can in the clip every day. But, you know, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Yeah, so I was thinking Saturday doing the marathon, the build marathon, maybe like, I don't know, like noon to 8 p.m. maybe? Oh, man. Well, it's got to be done. Trying not to work well, yeah, it's been a while since I've worked on a weekend, but for this I pretty much have to. It's the only way to do a big order in a timely manner. Yeah, maybe I could, like, stream from noon, yeah, like maybe like noon to 8 or something like that. You like order a pizza or something. Mostly because it's like, okay, well, yeah, if I'm going to have to work on a weekend, if I can stream, then it's like a little less lame. Just like these Monday night sessions. Ugh. Yeah, when I make a YouTube video about it, Texas Sir, I'm definitely going to call it Doc Brown Cat Feeder. Great SEO. Bud, I gave a box of pinball parts to Libyan nationals. Did you rip that off? Read to the first in it. Well, I can't really do that while I'm working. I guess I'd have to do it from memory. Oh yeah, Nobody 2 came out this weekend. Was it any good? Yeah, Christopher Lloyd was so awesome in the first one. Because it's like, it completely, subverts your expectations. Although I wish they would have called it Still Nobody. Or nobody else. Or, I don't know. I mean, how dumb does Hollywood think people are? Like, the best example, well, okay, no. The second stupidest sequel title in movie history. The sequel to Now You See Me is Now You See Me Too. Ugh. You had one job. What are you looking at, bud? Where do you think you're going? Why is this bin crooked? Do I even need a teleprompter? This is it. This is where Forrestal cashed in. Doc Ock. A friend of yours? A competitor. He was good. He was very, very good. State of the light. Forrestal. Dun 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 dun. Stay here, if you insist, senor. Exactly. But they know it was called Now You See Me Too. Okay, the only title stupider than that. I bring this up a million times. There was a movie called A Haunting in Connecticut, and the sequel was called A Haunting in Connecticut 2, Ghosts of Georgia. Wow! It's the stupidest thing. Oh my god. Oh, it's so bad. Speaking of so bad. Yes. It's like, oh, I'll print some of these on a carbon fiber PLA, but it's too brittle, so there was no elasticity with this, so well, the first one I tried broke. I mean, they feel really strong. Yeah, I wonder, a hybrid. Two now you see me, two now you don't. Yeah, good. Two see me, two furious. Well, you know they had meetings about that. They're like, well, you know, the sequel should be called Now You Don't. Well, what do you mean? Well, because, you know, the phrase is, now you see me, now you don't. Oh, it is? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, wait a minute. If I didn't know that, someone in the audience might not know that. But everyone knows that phrase. Well, do they? Well, it's like a common magician phrase. Like, but this movie isn't really for magician fans. I mean, how many people are really magician fans? Yeah, we better just call it Now You See Me Too. Yeah, I think this could be a good solution. Because this part doesn't flex at all, so who cares if it's super rigid? I mean, this could probably be a little more flexible. Well, I mean, it worked before. See? You see? Oh, yeah, speed 2, cruise control. Yes. William Dafoe with no thumbs. I'm something of a cruise ship expert myself. Oh, look at that. That's too loose. That's too loose, too furious, too whatever. Where's the rest of these? I thought I printed 4 of these. Well, of course it did. Any conversation that you can think of taking place, yeah. It's like, you know, like when they did female Silver Surfer, they probably had to have so many meetings about like her like butt size and stuff, or that, you know, instead of just, you know, or they could have just, you know, made it a man. It kind of looks like panda parts. Yeah. A good day to Now You See Me Die Hard. Too fast to... I like that one. Too fast to see me. Did they finally stop making Fast and Furious movies? I don't think the last one did very well. I guess they flew too close to the sun. Tokyo Drift. To See Me, Too Furious, Ghosts of Georgia. I'm gonna finish this beer and then Bounce, your favorite Gwyneth Paltrow movie. Guess I should print more of these out of white. This one feels fine, so yeah. Okay, so these are useless crap. Goes in the garbage. Man, I got all these like excess printed parts from this. I used to like keep all the parts, but I don't know. I just I remember the last convention I took that stuff to. I think I just kind of stopped collecting it. Oh, these things? These are for the automated cat food dispenser. So there's a cartridge. So got torn. So the machine grabs this. So, you know, basically it makes it easier for the machine to grab the tab. So when you prepare the cans, and like that, this is a Purina tab. Other manufacturers are slightly different. So locks in place. Well, you know, as long as you don't move it around, it shouldn't rotate too much. And then you this guy. That's what it does. Also garbage. Hey, if you watch the stream on demand, I actually demonstrated like probably about an hour and a half ago. So yeah, if you watch the unlive stream or if you back up the stream, you can see it in action. I was running it manually with Pronterface, but you can still see all the cycles. I mean, I thought about making it taller, but the price of the threaded rod was like, I mean, it wasn't like it was that much higher. Well, actually, it did start going up quite a bit once you got more than 400 millimeters high. So I got two 400 millimeter TR 2x8 threaded rod, and then the x-axis is the x-axis is 250 millimeters, and then the x linear rails are 300. 300 millimeters, 8 millimeters diameter. Oh, let's see, what is it? Oh, wait. Okay, so that's 8 of them. Wait, one of these was loosey-goosey, right? Yeah, that one is. Okay, bye-bye. All right. How about this guy? It's probably all right. Guess if I have extra of these, I can be extra lazy and not necessarily immediately have to pull them out of the bin. How many more rods do I have? 4? Okay. So we need 1, 2. Wait, are there any more of these set up? I got 8 there. I got 4 more rods. So yeah, maybe I'll print 4 more carbon fiber frames, and then print 1, 2, 3 plus 4, 7 more of the tab inserts. Nice. No, I got some sort of fungal infection on it, so I need to talk to my doctor about getting a pill. So not sure what caused it. Hopefully it's, you know, not a bad side effect. But are you frozen? Are you a frozen cat? Yeah. Yeah, maybe that would fix it. Yeah. I think I'll fix these. Oh, God. I don't think I have any choice but to work all week. Yeah, maybe we can fix those tomorrow night, and then I gotta order another controller. So yeah. Ugh.
I don't know why fall is always so busy, but it just is.
All right, well, I think I'm gonna call it a night. Hope y'all had fun seeing my latest crazy invention. But yeah, I think it'll work out pretty good. Oh, and there's going to be a webcam on it, so you can remotely check on it too. I'm also thinking about making like the slide would come down here, but putting like rollers on the slide, like a factory or the TSA, to ensure that the cans go down a way so they don't just all pile up at the end of the slide, but like right. Because the idea it would be 6, which would be what, 4 days? Probably a little bit more than that, but yeah. All right. Hope everyone had fun, and we'll see you next time. And then yeah, probably this coming Saturday for the marathon. See ya.